nostalgic morning making my Grandpa Pearl's old-fashioned applesauce cookies with my new-fashioned twist. And yes, my grandpa's name was Pearl. You didn't mishear me, and if you knew him, you would agree that that was a fitting name for him. He was a wonderful man. So I'm starting in my bowl with a 1/4 cup of butter, and to that I want to add some sugar. I'm going to start with 1/2 cup of coconut sugar. Now this obviously was not in my Grandpa Pearl's recipe book. My Grandpa Pearl was born in 1913, so he had some stories. It was great. But I'm going to use coconut sugar. I like to use it. It's lower on the glycemic index, so it hits your blood sugar slower and more evenly. It also has some nutrients in it, so I kind of like to use that. My husband battles diabetes, so coconut sugar helps me to give him a sweet treat now and then without overloading him with sugar, still giving him that lovely sweet taste. Has a great flavor too, actually. And we're going to add to that, actually I want to mix it up a little bit. Now my butter is super soft, but I didn't melt it. You can melt it if you want. And you could also, if you want to pull out the hardware and do this, by all means. But I'm going to add an egg in. There we go. Oh, my oven is ready. And I'm just going to beat this together very, very well. And then for applesauce cookies, you have to have applesauce. I have a 1/2 cup of applesauce here, and I'm sure in my grandma and grandpa's house that they were using homemade applesauce because they had it around all the time. And in the applesauce, you want to add a teaspoon of baking soda. Mix that up a little bit more, and then I'm going to mix this and then add the applesauce into the sugar and butter and egg. Give it another little whisk. All right, then we need to add in a few dry ingredients. This is Raisin Bran. Now this recipe did call for bran cereal. I thought since it needs raisins anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and use Raisin Bran. And then I'm just gonna kind of bash it up. This is a 1/2 cup of Raisin Bran cereal. Bash it up a little bit more. And then I'm going to add it in here. And then we also need 3/4 cup of flour. So there's 1, 2. I love these recipes where you can mix everything in a bowl. You have more of an instant gratification for your cookie. Pinch of salt. And then here's my new-fashioned twist to his old-fashioned cookies. When I looked at Grandpa Pearl's recipe, he had cinnamon and clove. And I thought, Grandpa Pearl, you're 2/5 of the way to Chinese 5-spice powder. This is Chinese 5-spice powder. In addition to cinnamon and clove, it also has peppercorn, usually Sichuan peppercorns, and some other lovely things that make it exactly what you want for something like this. And I like to use it whenever I have anything that might need cinnamon in it. I like to try it with Chinese 5-spice powder to see if I like it just as well. So it's going to take a heaping teaspoon of this, and then we're just going to mix it all together. And because Raisin Bran is filled with raisins, but you don't always get all the raisins in the scoop that you put out for yourself, I'm going to add just a few more because I love the little sweet pop of raisins in these cookies. That was probably a good 1/4 cup of raisins additionally. This is kind of to taste, however you want. And as soon as that's mixed up very well, then I can go ahead and put it on my cookie sheet, which I've lined with parchment paper. I love to do that because things come out so easily. And I'm going to use a scoop just to try to make everything as even sized as possible. That way they'll bake nice and evenly. And these cookies do spread out a little bit. They're a nice, soft, cakey cookie. So give yourself space. I'm actually just going to put 6 on my cookie sheet. So they're all ready to go. 375 oven for 10 minutes. They're going to be wonderful. All right, my cookies are ready. Beautiful, perfect. They look just like Grandpa's, but they don't smell like Grandpa's. Grandpa using the cinnamon and clove, and I have the 5 spice, which also has the Sichuan peppercorn and fennel and star anise, so I'm getting kind of that anisey type scent from this. If you don't have Chinese spice or don't want to use it, by all means, go ahead and use cinnamon and clove. That's totally fine, but these look so good. This book was given to us by my aunt many, many Christmases ago to all of us cousins of the Miller clan, and it was all my grandma and grandpa's. My grandpa actually did a lot of the cooking in the family. It was their recipes, and it's a very cool keepsake. You know, my daughters colored on it when they were little, but oh well. But let's give one of these a try. Oh, they're so nice and cakey, just like I remember. Oh, they're so good. I think my grandpa would like these. I hope my siblings and my cousins don't disinherit me for adding Chinese 5 spice, but I think it's a good combination. So having my cookies and a mug of tea, what a perfect morning. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching Taylor Kitchen. For recipes and the stories behind some of them, go to taylorkitchen.weebly.com. Thanks again.